Superintendent of Jackson Public Schools, Jeff Beal. Hi, Jeff.
Hey, how are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I am fabulous, thank you.
I promised our viewers I would find out, is there school tomorrow?
Yes, there is school tomorrow, barring any freak snowmageddon that sneaks in or anything like that. I think parents are ready. I know kids are ready. I'm certain, our staff is ready to get back together with our kids, and so you know what? It's 2024 certainly come in with a bang, and I think we need to get back to the routine. But it's cold, and
it is. Kids have to stand out by the bus. Yeah.
We don't fool around with it. I know everybody out there going, well, you guys are soft, or you send your kids to school. I used to walk uphill both ways, but the reality is once it gets to minus 20, and we don't fool around. If it gets close, if it's going to be in the neighborhood of minus 20, that's when you're going to start to see not just Jackson County school districts, because that's our number as a threshold, but really school districts from around the state start to have a conversation, because that wind chill exposure and injury due to exposure, it can happen so quickly. So you're right. Kids who are walking, kids who are standing there waiting for a bus, it's just, that's that temperature threshold. So that's been the last couple of days, but it's warming up out there today. It's going to be nice. We're going to have high school athletic practices are on for Jackson Public Schools today, and of course in the afternoon, and then tonight our girls basketball team is going down to Adrian to make up a game that was scheduled as a makeup for yesterday that's now being played today, and so it's nice to be able to get those in.
We've got some Jackson Public Schools folks to honor and have been honored in the last few days, including Jeremy Patterson.
Yeah, the Assistant Superintendent of Secondary Curriculum. Jeremy Patterson's been, 26 years in Jackson Public Schools, but obviously as a student at JPS, he's truly that Jackson story. I want people to understand that he grew up here. He's got a tremendous family, a lot of support, but he knows everybody. He recruits like nobody else in our district, and he visits with the kids. I mean, he truly gets in to know the kids and builds those relationships. But class of 1993 graduate from Jackson High, and I went to school with his older brother, so I know William quite well, and I've known Jeremy obviously for quite a few years. But he is a very talented and well-deserving individual for this award.
Yes, a very nice event, very nice luncheon at Jackson College.
I would agree with that. Mm-hmm. I agree. A little change of pace from the dinner, but I very much enjoyed the luncheon.
Mm-hmm.
So,
what'd you have?
I had the chicken, so it was quite tasty.
You scolded me.
I scolded you?
In line.
I don't.
Do you remember?
I don't remember. That's how it is. That was like 3 days ago.
I can't believe it. I bet the staff here today, you were going to say.
You didn't get. Oh, I remember. He didn't get his green beans. You didn't get your vegetables that day. That's right.
I just won $200.
I did. I did get my green beans that day. Too fun.
Right. Yeah. Also, you had one of top teachers in Jackson.
Yeah, once in a while you end up with that guy in your face. And last month I'm out here and I'm bragging about our teachers up at the high school because, Ray Savicki, Teresa Double are fantastic teachers. And I truly missed out on one of my favorites. Amanda Miller is out at Sharp Park. And I've been in her class. If you want to see a teacher get kids up, get them out of their chair, get them moving, get them around, get them talking to each other in a way that really gets students thinking and learning. And she teaches kids reading like nobody's business. She's one of the best in the area. And I went back to my office, and of course, that's when my phone blows up and says, Jeff, you missed one. And I'm going to be the first one to say it. I own this one. I missed it. Amanda Miller is a fabulous, fabulous teacher out at Sharp Park. So I'm hoping that I can make amends with her somehow.
I know her. She's great. Brandon, you know her.
Yeah,
right?
Barrett's
Barrett's teacher. Yeah. Awesome. Well, congratulations, Amanda. It's School Board Appreciation Month this month. I don't think the school board members make a lot of money anywhere. I think the total they get is $0. And you take this month to appreciate
We doubled their salary, so. Yeah, no, really, we can't do it without it. The team of 8, that's myself and the 7 board members, really, we work very hard on a month in, month out basis to make certain that that we're providing cutting edge programming, that we're moving the district forward, that we're being good stewards of your tax dollars, that we're providing that well-rounded, very rich education and opportunities. And it's hard to find, any place out there that's doing more for students and families than what Jackson Public Schools is doing. And so I'm just really blessed to work with this Board of Education. They are interested and involved all the time. And so I know that they always want to hear from folks, and so we encourage folks to come to the meetings. We broadcast them online. We're doing our part to try to make certain that the community feels involved in what's happening at Jackson Public Schools.
Thanks, school board members. We've got rec millage is due for renewal this year.
Yeah. So it's been since 2014 was the last one. It comes up every 10 years. And I learned a little bit about this last night. It's been, the rec millage has actually been in operation since the 40s.
Really?
1940s, yeah, this collaboration. So on your tax bill, everybody, you see another one of these little slivers for Jackson Public Schools, and that's because we act as the fiduciary. So we collect the taxes, and then it's 100% pass-through. We don't keep anything. There's no administration fees or anything like that. But we collect the taxes and pass that through to Parks and Rec. And it has been at 0.5 mils since before I got here. It was a renewal back in 2014, and they are going to look for a slight increase. They need to get that up to about 0.75 mils. And I think the largest reason for that is that wages have simply changed. When you talk about hiring folks, and they hire a lot of students, a lot of kids,
Hundreds.
They've got to compete with the McDonald's that's advertising out here on the road, $15 an hour, $16 an hour starting wage. And so they have to be able to compete with that in order to even be able to hire folks. But I learned a lot last night. I'm watching this, and Kelly and I are going to come on. I'm going to bring Kelly Hoover. If you guys don't know her, she's absolutely fabulous. And she is a believer in what we do as a community and how the Parks and Rec program serves the entire community. I learned about some senior programming, but I learned about some adult programming really targeted at me, at that 50, I won't say year-old person. And some of these activities that I'm going, okay, because my kids were in Parks and Rec. Heck, my kids worked at Parks and Rec. I think that's one of the things that people don't realize. It's one of the largest employers of youth in our community. Yeah. And if you're looking for a place where your kid who's 14 or 15 can go to work and maybe run one of these little kiddie soccer camps or something like that, Parks and Rec is the place that hires them. It gets them that first work experience. It gets them that experience working in an outdoor activity. Really, those camps, and they make a huge difference. And it's hard to find, places that'll hire your 15-year-old, but Parks and Rec will do that, and that's just a great resource for our folks.
That will be on the August ballot, so we'll be talking about that, I'm sure, between now and then. The district is contemplating some technology changes.
Yep. So we've been working on this since about August, and we surveyed a number of different companies. Ultimately, Konica Minolta, one of their subsidiaries or subdivisions called All Covered, came to us, and we started working with them in October, specific to really map out what it might look like if Jackson Public Schools were to transition away from the county-wide consortium. And right now it's a 2 county-wide consortium because Jackson County Intermediate School District runs the consortium for all of the schools in Jackson County and then all the schools in Hillsdale County. And what we find, at least at JPS, was we're moving forward so fast. Technology is moving so quickly that the one size fits all, that one shoe just doesn't quite fit. So what might be right for some of the out county or some of the Hillsdale people might not be right for Jackson Public Schools. And so we're just simply looking to grow our own programming in our own direction and not necessarily kind of fall under one network. We are moving forward, All Covered. The board voted last night to sign a 3-year contract. We will be doing all the back end work, all the legwork to get our network up and running. And that transition should happen this summer.
All right. We've got some events coming up and some that have happened. You've got some partnerships and some free classes.
Out at the College and Career Access Center.
Yeah, College and Career Access Center.
Some English classes. So it's a great place for folks. We don't realize how large our Latina population is, and if you were to think about how many students we see in Jackson Public Schools who come from homes where English is not the primary language spoken, or maybe potentially not spoken at all. So to be able to find a way to partner with this, to be able to bring these things forward, College and Career Access Center has been great. The classes, for adults are, as you see on the screen, Fridays, 2 to 3 p.m. We've got a wonderful teacher out at Sharp Park who's been blessed to be able to help do that. So.
Yeah, we do have a large Spanish-speaking population in Jackson County for sure. Is the ambassador auction date?
March 8th. I believe.
March 8th.
It's
What's
coming up.
Anything different this year?
You're asking me those questions. I better bring Monica and the crew out. I don't want to get into that. I haven't seen all of the back end planning on it. It is both online and in person. I think we got back to in person last year, but I think we want to broaden some of those things and kind of get it back to those pre-pandemic days. This is a wonderful opportunity. We get a lot of corporate sponsors, a lot of corporate scholarships are given. So this is not necessarily scholarships just for going off to major universities, but it could be into specific programs. Mm-hmm. Anything from health and beauty to culinary arts to architecture to law and manufacturing. We see a lot of our local firms, our local partners, sponsor scholarships. Those sponsor students that really make a difference in the lives of our kids, and that's a great experience. Just a wonderful way to be involved. And then I'm hoping that folks will jump in online, join the auction, or jump in online and help to celebrate the students that are coming through. This is a really neat class, a special group of kids, and they got a lot of big plans. So I think you're going to see some wonderful things. And so we raise money for scholarships, and we award 20, 30 different scholarships at this event. It's a good opportunity for you to give a small amount that really adds up to a much bigger amount.
Yeah, and you could win some really cool prizes
along the way.
One-of-a-kind items at that.
Yeah, we've got a ton of local partners who donate. I don't want to try to name them all because there's so many, but the reality is that there's a lot of local businesses, and if you're one of them, please thank you from Jackson Public Schools. Thank you from myself and my team. You make a huge difference because those in-kind or those business donations, those help raise that money. Those are the auction items that really turn into dollars for scholarships.
I can't believe it, but Valentine's Day is our next holiday, and you want every kid in school on Valentine's Day. Why?
I have no clue.
Count day.
Oh, is it count day? Why do you ask me these things? I got to tell you, there's people accounting. Actually, count day is one of those things that's like count 30 days for me. I know that we look at those days coming up and go, we've got a very specific day of the week that we have to. But for me, I'm counting 30 days. There's a whole different level of attention to.
So I don't know who did this, but a few years ago, one school district, in order to get everyone to come to school on count day, they gave a car away. Did you ever hear that?
I have not heard that. Our teachers do a lot of fun things. They do a lot of fun activities. You'll see essays and quizzes and exams and all that. Actually, they do a lot of fun stuff, centered around that.
Well, it means how much money, how many dollars in state aid.
It does apply, and I don't want to discredit it. Truly, it is very important. But for me, I count the 30-day window. But the count day goes into our formula for how our pupils are accounted for. And Jackson Public Schools has been growing each of the last several years. We added just a handful this year, 4 or 5, but I'll take that over losing. So it's a little bit this year. Last year we were up about 150 kids. So we're on the growth, on the upside for the last several years. It feels good, and we're going to hope that we continue to do that. So.
Well, sure. I mean, all your brand new buildings and all the new programs and everything is certainly
We
it's
are
paying
growing
off.
programs at elementary level, at the middle
Yeah.
school level, at the high school level. Our early college is exploding. You and I got to get Gene back on here. I think our early college is going to break 900 kids enrolled as a county. It's going to be one of the largest in the state. So we need to make certain that we kind of talk about what that can do for us. There's just so many things for kids to get involved with, and ways that we can help parents and students, kind of engage with their students.
All right. Well, you mentioned you've got the girls basketball headed to Adrian this afternoon for makeup game, but let's see what else is coming up this week.
Bowling tomorrow. We like that right here at the Jack 60 right out here. So that's fun. We're wrestling on the road, swim and dive. If you haven't been in our new pool, come up and hang out and see that. That's tomorrow. And then Friday, basketball at home. So we'll hope to, I think, a triple header that night. So it should be kind of fun. Both boys and girls, I think, are home for basketball. Should be a good time.
Yeah, I think you can see probably 5 games on Friday night, one right after the other.
Yeah, it should be a good time. And then a lot on the weekend too, as you see on the screen, wrestling at Kalamazoo Central. So good times.
Go Vikings.
Yep.
Great to see you, Jeff. Thanks for coming in today.
Thank you very much. You have a great day.
Jackson Public Schools Superintendent Jeff Beal. Well, next on today's show, we're